Good morning, dear students. Welcome back to your online class. Today, we will start your new topic of chapter 5th, heat. Transmission of heat. Transmission of heat. Okay? How heat will transfer from one body to another body. Before the exam, already we have discussed about what is the heat. Basically, heat is related with the what? Temperature. If a body having more temperature means it absorbs more heat energy. If a body having low temperature, it means it absorbs less amount of heat energy. Okay? So how heat will transfer? Like the water, no? If we will fill or pour some water in a container and make a hole to the bottom of the container, wall of the container, then water will start coming out from the container to outside, and from higher level to lower level, higher level to lower level. In the same way, heat always or heat energy always go from higher to lower level. Higher to lower level means higher temperature to lower temperature. For example, just take a ice piece, okay, small piece of ice, and hold it in your palm. So what you will observe that? You will observe that the heat energy will transfer from your hand to the ice, because already the temperature of your palm means hand is more than the temperature of ice. So, as I told here, heat energy is always transfer from higher to lower level. So, heat energy will start transfer from your palm to the ice. So, the ice will start melt. Okay? Clear? In the same way, we can say that the heat energy will transfer from one body to another body depend upon the temperature of the body. Means that body which have the more temperature, the heat energy will transfer from that body to the lower temperature body. Okay? We can easily understand this topic, means this concept, what? Transmission or transfer of heat by some more real life example. Suppose that in a class, okay, a teacher just teaching in a class, okay, and on that particular day, he brought some chocolates or toffees, okay, and he tells one student, come here and take one chocolate and just pass it to the other students up to last, okay. This is one way, what? To distribute the toffee or chocolates among all the students of the class. Second way, he just he calls one by one to each students and give to each students what? One toffee to each students or one toffee to another students, one by one. Third way or third option, how he can distribute the toffee? He directly throw the toffee to each students one by one on their respective seats or place. Clear? So first way, this is the first option in which he calls only one student and he gives this toffee to one student and tells him to distribute this toffee, means to pass this toffee to the last, pass one by one to the last students. Second option, what he did? He calls one by one each student and he gives him one chocolates. Means here the students moves or the students will move from their places. And third option, there is no movement of students, either teacher will directly throw the toffee or chocolate to the students at their particular places or seats. Okay? So first way in which teacher gives a toffee to students or a boy and tells him to distribute this or to pass it up to the last boy, that is called what? Conduction. That is called conduction. Means here there is no movement of the boy, means students, and the chocolate automatically reach, means from teachers to the last students. In the second way, in the second option, each student will come to the teacher and take their toffees. Means here the movements of students will done. The movements of students will done. Means here the students, all the students will come one by one and take their toffees. Clear? In third option, what he did? He means teachers directly throw the toffees to the students at their respective seats. Clear? So second one is called what? Convection. Means there is actual movement of students in the class. And third one, there is again no movement of students or teacher, but the toffee is directly thrown by the teacher to the students. Means direct way of transmission. This is called radiation. Some other examples also we can understand these three way or method of transmission of heat. What? Conduction, convection and radiation. First, suppose you take a spoon, okay, and hold it over a Bunsen burner or spit lamp. After some time, you will observe or you will feel that the heat energy, means the spoon becomes hot and heat energy will transfer from the spoon to your hand, without movement of the molecules or atoms of the spoon. Ultimately, you will feel some heat. Okay, you will feel hot. The spoon becomes very hot. So this is what? Conduction. There is no movement of molecules or atom particles. Second one, again suppose you take a beaker and pour some water in the beaker. And after that just drop some small pieces of paper, filter paper. Then keep it the beaker on with the help of a wire gauge over a tripod stand and apply the Bunsen burner or spit lamp. What you will observe? Again you observe that when heat energy will supply to the container, the molecules of the water will start move. When they gains the heat energy, they will start move. Why? Because their kinetic energy will increase. Because we know that by the kinetic theory of matter, the kinetic energy of molecules is directly proportional to temperature. Okay? So when the molecules of the liquids gains heat energy, they will start to move. They will start to escape in different directions. So that you will observe that these small pieces of paper, means bits of filter paper, they will move in either towards the wall of the container. Some paper will move to upside and some paper will move downside. Okay, it means here the actual movement of molecules have done. Okay, so this is called convection. Now third one, what I told, radiation, direct transmission of heat. So here, suppose you are sitting in a room, okay, in winter season, and just you switch on room heater. So after a few minutes, you will feel some heat energy. Na? Room becomes hot. But when you place a cardboard sheet between heater and you, just place a obstacle. You can say that a cardboard sheet. What you will observe? You will observe that you will not feel or you will not absorb any heat energy. Okay? Wherever you will sit in the room, at any corner, you will feel or you will observe some heat energy. How? Because this room heater, the radiant energy, means heat energy will release and just spread in whole complete room. Whole room. So that's why you will observe the heat energy directly from the heater without movements of any air particles. Clear? Okay? So this is called radiation. So by these examples, this is the examples and some examples that I have taken in the real life examples. What? So these are the three ways by which the heat energy will transfer from one body to another body. Okay, students? So in next class we will discuss these three ways of transmission of heat: convection, convection and radiations in detail one by one. Okay, students? So go through these videos, watch carefully and try to understand the topic. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Different modes of heat transfer. Heat is transferred from one place to another, from one body to another, or from one part of a body to another part. The transfer of heat takes place by three different methods: conduction, convection, and radiation. Conduction. Conduction is the process by which heat is transmitted along a body from molecule to molecule without actual motion of the molecules from one place to another. Heat is transferred from one body to another by conduction if the two bodies are in contact and they are at different temperatures. Conduction can be understood by the following example. Hold one end of a thick copper wire on the flame of a candle. What do you feel after some time? You will find that the end you are holding in your hand becomes hot, so that you are not able to hold it any longer. How did this happen? Here, the candle flame was hotter than the copper wire. Heat is always transferred in the direction of lower temperature. So, here heat is transferred to the copper wire. Good and bad conductors of heat. Materials which allow heat to pass through them easily are called good conductors of heat. For example, silver, copper, iron, aluminium, etc. are good conductors of heat. Materials which do not allow heat to pass through them are called bad conductors of heat or insulators. For example, wood, plastic, cork, mud, cotton, wool, asbestos, etc. Uses of good and bad conductors of heat. There are some uses of good as well as bad conductors of heat. For making cooking utensils, brass, aluminium and iron are good conductors of heat, so they are used in making cooking utensils. For building houses, bricks, grass and mud, which are bad conductors of heat, are used in building houses, especially in rural areas. To protect animals against cold. The hairs or the furs provided by nature to the animals living in cold climates protect them from cold because hairs or furs are poor conductors of heat. To protect human beings against cold. Woolen clothes keep our bodies warm in winter because they do not allow the heat of our bodies to escape. for making handles of cooking utensils. Handles of cooking utensils are made of bad conductors of heat such as wood or ebonite.